Good morning, Dr. Kate Fenner. Thank you for joining me, Meredith Chapman from Equestrian Australia. We're delighted to be able to participate with you in our first National Equine Behaviour Safety and Welfare Study, and also accompanied by Professor Paul McGreevy. So can you tell us a little bit about what E-BARQ is?
Sure. E-BARQ is the Equine Behaviour Assessment and Research Questionnaire, and we're making use of that to help you with your Equestrian Australia study on horse behaviour, safety and welfare. So we've developed this over the last 12 years. We've been developing a horse behaviour assessment tool. It's a citizen science project, which means that it's available to everybody, it's free of charge, and anybody can go and use it. So what we're doing is we're collecting data to see how the behaviour of horses differs depending on the sort of training and management techniques that we use, and also how that impacts on rider safety and horse welfare.
Absolutely fabulous, because Equestrian Australia last year identified in their officials and coaches and judges, and also our EA members, that horse welfare was their #1 concern and priority. And obviously there's a huge link between horse welfare and the safety of people and their horses as well. So what do our members get from doing this or participating in this study?
Well, yeah, I mean, the great thing is that it's really easy for people to participate in the study and, you know, help us discover more about our horses' behaviour and therefore their welfare. I think it's quite difficult for people to sort of monitor their horses, particularly during COVID when we can't go out to competitions and things like that. So monitoring your horse's performance, behaviour and welfare has been quite difficult. So E-BARQ really helps with that. So E-BARQ is available to everyone online. All you need to do is go along to E-BARQ, which is E-BARQ, and I'll put that down here on the video for you.com, and go along and sign up, and you can enter your horse's details. That will then take you to a survey, which will take you 20 or 30 minutes to complete the survey. We ask questions about you and your experience and things, and then we ask lots of questions about how your horse behaves. Now, it's an interesting survey because, unlike others, it doesn't ask you to interpret your horse's behaviour. It just asks you how often you see certain behaviours. And so at the end of the survey, E-BARQ collates your scores and gives you a graph that we call a share and compare graph. Now, what this does is it ranks your horse in 13 different categories, things like trainability, rideability, compliance, confidence, boldness, independence, all these different categories, and it rates your horse against the E-BARQ population. So what that does for people is it's really helpful if you're having a problem with your horse's training, for example. You can look at your E-BARQ scores and you can say, oh, okay, well, that's interesting because my horse isn't scoring very well in boldness, for example. Now, a horse that doesn't score very well in boldness might shy a lot. And so that can be quite a dangerous behaviour. And we know that when horses exhibit behaviours that are dangerous and impact rider safety, then we know that their welfare declines as well. So if we can pinpoint what's going on with the horse, it makes it easier for us to be proactive in our training and management to try and help that horse over those particular problems that it might be experiencing at the time. So then you can come back in 6 months' time and retake your E-BARQ, and you can compare your results and see how the changes that you've made in your training and management practices have impacted on the horse's behaviour.
Oh, that's fabulous. And being a researcher myself, Kate, I'm very, very excited that we are participating in the study, and I'm looking forward to helping you with the analysis and the process as well. And we're going to get some feedback, obviously, with our different members, different disciplines, levels of riding if they participate. And the fabulous thing, it doesn't cost anything. So is, when the members participate in this free survey, is their information safe?
Yeah, absolutely, Meredith. It's a not-for-profit project, and it's run by the University of Sydney, the University of Queensland, and the University of New England. And it's all what we call de-identified data. So we're not really interested in who owns which horse. All we're interested in really is the name of the age of the horse, the breed of the horse, those sorts of things, demographics about the horse. And that's the only information we look at. So there's no way for us to know anything else. So yes, you're completely safe. One thing that I will say is when you're in there, you can join a group. So when you go in to enter your horse, they'll ask you for your horse's name, and then there's a little box there where you can join a group. And we've made a group especially for Equestrian Australia members, and it's what is it? Equestrian EAM. EAM. So you put in capital letters in the group box, EAM. And what that will do is it puts you in a group of other Equestrian Australia members. So when you get your share and compare graph, it gives you two things to compare to. So you can compare your horse to the Ebac population, which is thousands of horses. You can also compare your horse just to other Equestrian Australia member horses, which is really interesting. It's also you can put photographs of your horse up there if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. It's a really good way of keeping track of your horse's training and management and behavior. It really is. You can come back every 6 months and redo another one. So do put all your horses on. You know, I know most of us have more than one horse.
Unfortunately.
From experience.
Yeah. Well, Kate, this is fabulous, and the survey or the questionnaire is open now, and certainly as Equestrian Australia, as a cohort, we're going to be able to draw some amazing analysis from this, aren't we? And we'll be able to feed all this information back to our members who are so interested in horse welfare. So I'd like to thank you for your time, and this is such an exciting project for us to be doing. So looking forward to seeing the results and certainly encouraging our members to participate.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thanks, Meredith. Bye.
Bye-bye.